What do we need to know when we start to get offers on our home? What aspects of the offer do we need to pay the most attention to? How do we know which offer is the one we should take? Sometimes it's about picking the best offer, not necessarily the highest offer. Hey everyone, I'm David with the Kovaleski team at RE/MAX Best, and welcome to my multi-part series about the home listing and selling process. So congratulations, you've done everything that your agent advised, you accommodated all those pesky showing appointments and finally got an offer. All your hard work is paid off. So when we get offers, the first thing we do is make sure that the buyer is qualified. If the offer indicates that the buyer is going to be seeking a mortgage, of course we make sure they're qualified and have a pre-approval letter from their lender of choice. If it's a cash buyer, we always request from the buyer's agent that they show us a proof of funds, and usually a bank statement will work. Now let's talk about cash versus mortgage. You've heard the old saying that cash is king, and although that's usually true, there are other aspects of an offer you should take into consideration. Inspection contingencies, time frames, price, and other special circumstances that may be built into the contract. There's certainly times that mortgage offers do beat cash offers based on those other items. So now we're going to talk about price. As your listing agent, we're always going to try to get you as close to asking price as we can. And in the right market and with multiple offer situations, sometimes we can get you even over asking price. But like I said, sometimes the best offer isn't necessarily the highest offer based on those other contingencies built into the contract. One offer might have no inspections, better time frames, a closing date that works better for you. So remember, the best offer isn't always the highest offer or necessarily the cash offer. Another document we should talk about and has become very popular the last several years during this seller's market is the price escalation addendum. This is basically a tool that buyers use to pre-negotiate their offer, especially when they know they're competing against other offers. So basically what a price escalation addendum does is it allows them to put a base offer, let's use $300,000, but they can say they'll beat the next highest offer by a certain amount. Sometimes that's $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000 up to a certain amount. So this offer would look like this. The base offer would be $300,000, beating the next best offer by $3,000 up to $310,000. So it pre-negotiates them from $300,000 to $310,000 based on other offers that may come in on the home. Another important item to discuss is your bottom line. You know, we see the offer price, we get excited about an amount, but really at the end of the day, it's about your bottom line. Your take home after closing costs, mortgage payoffs, and any other things that could come up along the way that will cost you to get to the closing table. So if you're in a situation where you've only got one offer and it's a little under the price you were hoping to get, make sure your agent prepares for you an estimated cost sheet based on that offer amount, so you can make the best possible decision for you and your family based on the bottom line number. The next item in a contract to pay close attention to is, of course, the inspection contingency section. Full home inspections are the norm, but in multiple offer situations, sometimes you'll see one of those offers waive the inspection altogether. And sometimes this can offset a few $1,000s in difference in the offer price. So remember what I said before, it isn't always necessarily the highest offer, it's the best offer and perhaps the one with the least contingencies. It's also very important when reviewing an offer that you check all the time frames. Pennsylvania is a time is of the essence state, so those dates and those time periods really matter. You're going to want to pay attention to things such as the seller's written acceptance due date, inspection contingencies, the closing date, and even the mortgage commitment date. Last but not least, we want to make sure we look very closely at the Pennsylvania contract on the last page. There's a section there for additional addendums and additional items that could be written in. So we always look at the last page of the contract, that there's no extra check boxes for certain addendums that should be attached to the contract or things written in by the buyer's agent, special terms or special circumstances. These items can drastically change the dynamic of the offer, and you want to pay close attention to that. So in a nutshell, that's what we can expect when the offers start rolling in. Of course, there's always a little more to it than that, but if you're thinking of buying, you're thinking of selling, you want to have a conversation about your real estate goals here in Pennsylvania, reach out anytime. I'd love to hear from you. I'm David with the Kovaleski team at RE/MAX Best. My number's 570-241-5893. Hope to hear from you soon. Have an awesome day.